Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome back. We are with the McCullough Money Racing Series, and we are back at Talladega, Kevin. And this time we're with the Gen 4 Cup cars. And this is going to be an exciting one, Kevin. How are we doing this afternoon?
Yes, excited for this one, Luke. Perfect weather out here, perfect car, perfect track. I love these cars and I love the track. I think we're in for a good one with the McCullough Motorsports Money Racing Series. What do you think
I,
of this combination, Luke?
I love it, Kevin. Talladega easily one of my favorite tracks. I'm a big fan of these Gen 4 cars. I think they handle pretty fun, and they sure do move. So I think we're in for a treat out here at this over 2.5 mile long super speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta agree. Just looking at your grid here, how about Kyler Wynn on the pole with Wyatt Gray on his outside? Second row is going to be Cody Naggles and Nathan Harper. Nash Brambilla and Chase Mastretta. Freddie Bassinez and Axel Smith. Steve Scott and Sean Corbett. Bentley Cole and Daniel Falkingham, Malik Ray and Kenny Reel, Josh McCullough and Kenny McCullough, and Michael
That's right.
Barksdale rounding out your field.
I believe Michael Barksdale is going to be on RC tonight, Kevin. From what I'm
Okay,
reading right now,
so
he is not on the track.
16 car field out here.
And we're in for a treat out here, Kevin. Like I said, I'm a big fan of these Gen 4 cars. I can't remember the exact speeds they get up to. It's been a while since I've got to race them. For some reason, the ARCA series on iRacing just really loves those new Gen ARCA cars.
The Draftmaster Series.
No, the Menard series.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, these things move a lot faster than some of the stuff we've seen, no doubt. The trucks, the Cup car, they all move about the same. Xfinity is about the same. I think these things are gonna break 200, Luke.
Yeah, we'll have to see out here. We're in for a good one, as I keep saying, and we're getting ready to go green out here out of this turn. Going to be Kyler Wynn and Wyatt Gray leading their respective lines out here with the command as we get ready to go green. Pace car is making its way in. You want to take the first one away, Kevin?
Absolutely, Kyler Wynn getting the pole here, often on the pole in these super speedway races we broadcast, and tonight's no different. He's going to be on the command on the inside. Wyatt Gray is going to be on his outside. Both of them are ready. Both of them are tight on each other. Gearing up for the Geico restart zone. They're in it, and we are green out here at Talladega with MMS. Black man's really going.
And he
Wyatt
always
Gray
is.
looks to the outside. They're double file, trying to pick off any speed of each other that they can. Chase Mastretta on that inside line. He has an option here because Axel Smith is a good 3 car lengths back on the 14 car of Nathan Harper. That outside line though, getting some speed going.
Yeah, the lines are all starting to catch up now and starting to file through. Sideline's only got 4 right now to start this thing with.
Yeah, and Luke, we're gonna see some pit cycles here. So I'd imagine some of these guys filing in and getting comfortable because we don't really see that level of racing until all these guys have enough fuel to get to the end of the race.
Keep it clean and keep it smooth out here for the majority of the start. But we'll see maybe some early transfers maybe made for some early pit strategy spots. Who knows? Ooh. Some blinking going on there from the 97.
Oh, yeah.
But Wyatt Gray, your race leader right now on the inside line. Nathan Harper's there on the outside.
Still 2x2 all the way through, about what we saw off the restart. Only Kyler Wynn cycled back 1, and Nathan Harper cycled up 1.
start line's got a couple more vehicles out there. They're going to start to go a little bit faster. That line's really got some speed now. Some bumps going on.
Yeah, and Luke, I gotta ask. I mean, these are different cars than we usually see. Any schemes you're liking?
Just looking at that Jesus car, Kevin. Some more of
Seems
those later.
really
Already seen the
good.
first pit cycle. Ooh, and a little bit of a brake lock up there for a couple of them.
Kyler Wynn
They'll make it in.
almost into the back of Nash Brambilla, or not Kyler Wynn.
That was...
Yeah, into the back of Wyatt Gray.
Yeah.
Or who the hell's in that white car?
Walkingham. He's in the Sharpie car.
Okay. How long he's doing? Yeah, that's an interesting pit stop.
Yeah, it is, but we'll see how that cycles. But to get back at your question there, I'm liking that number 3 car.
Yeah, not a bad looking car at all.
See a nerds. Oh, I see a scheme I like. I like that that number 8 of Kenny McCullough. 5 of Oh!
Oh!
Number 2 comes down hard into Nash Brambilla. We see them collide, but hold it together.
Yeah, and look, I'm gonna go get a read on the fuel situation on the evening. I'll be right back.
Batsman is still leading this thing, being pushed by Kenny Nagels.
Looking like we're about 22 on it. Which, is definitely interesting out here. I'm trying to think how that, I mean, maybe Harper, Falkingham, Gray, and Wynn think that they can, after taking that pit, stretch this thing to a one more stop by saving some fuel. I don't know, Luke. That takes some serious fuel saving if 22 is actually what we're looking at. What's up, Devin? What's up, Mike? I wasn't paying attention to the chat. That's on me. How we doing?
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on?
I don't know, Luke. It's going to be interesting to see how these different strategies play out because we saw a lap for green stop pit.
It was always interesting to see how these pit cycles work out for these guys.
I mean, they could even just be playing for the caution. You know, they get in early, they get some extra fuel compared to everybody else. And then, you know, if a caution flies before they go a lap down, if they were to even go a lap down, they're on pace right now. Say the caution flies, then they have to take less fuel on the caution pits and cycle up. So, just a few different strats out here.
You see those 4 linked up right now. Harper, Falkingham, Gray, and Wynn. Doing their best to keep that draft party going. Number 6 sliding up high there, likely due to some high temp side management.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you know, these guys are fighting for positions. I mean, they're all single file right now, but I'd imagine some of these guys are going to want to lead this thing early, and Kenny Reel's one of them.
He's being pushed by Malik Gray. They slide in front of Freddie. Cody Nagel's cycling up in front of Freddie as well. I wonder if that's any benefit strategy there. And we'll say I do like that good wrench scheme. A lot of nice things I can get.
Oh, no doubt.
Any real leading this thing right now. Lap 11.
Yeah, Kenny Real being pushed around by Malik Ray in the 48. Jimmy Johnson scheme out there. Cody pushing him. Freddie Basson has fourth in line. Your race winner from last night. Definitely some strong contenders up front. I'd imagine they're getting every bit of speed possible up there. Definitely interesting to see that just 5 guys are keeping pace, and I mean, I wouldn't say they're closing the gap, but they're definitely not losing much of any time. Just 5 guys back there on that strategy are making it work compared to the how many? I think 11 on the 12 on the other portion of the track.
I wonder when the rest of this group is going to cycle through. Did you say it was around laps of 22?
Yeah, 21-22 is when they're, running on fumes, so I'd pin it around 20 probably.
Around 20, yeah. So I guess the question is, can the guys of Falkingham, Gray, Harper win? Keep the distance between them and their back, going a lap down. Can these guys get into the pits cleanly?
Kenny Reel's still leading this thing out here. Nobody's really tried to push it very hard as of right now, just trying to get those best times possible before they have to come in 5 or 6 laps, Luke.
Yeah, definitely just trying to keep that speed going. So usually pretty good with their pits, so now this cycle is going to come through as this is the majority of the field. I will say, Kevin, these Gen 4s are fun, but they overheat fast.
Yeah, and it's a trap as far as trying to get airflow through these things goes. I know some of the other older model cars I've raced in on iRacing just seem like they don't have the airflow to keep cool enough on very long stretches.
No, not particularly. And you see them completely linking up there going into the entrance of turn 3 there. That's a common thing you see out there with Gen 4 cars. God, I really hope that I see these in some of the official races sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Luke. I'm still a car tomorrow type of guy. I think we should start advocating for those. Well, I think it's about pull o'clock. I'm gonna start a poll in the chat.
distance. They're staying right around that 34, 35-second gap right now. So even a good pace is better than 34.
All right, Luke. Pole is up. Do you see Cody Nagels getting a top 5 out here?
No, I do not.
Uh-oh.
Taking the no.
Taking the no.
Sorry, Cody, but I'm just taking the no.
I'll take you up on that, Luke. I'll take the yes. I think he's good for a top 5.
I guess we'll see. He's currently riding P3, but that's before the pit cycle, so we'll see where he ends up here after the pit cycle comes. They're going to be probably going to the pits here. I imagine the next, 4 laps, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I just heard from one of the drivers that they got 4.5 laps left on their tank. So,
Kenny Real jumping up high. Inside line now. Malik Ray. A lot of guys swapping around. Freddie Basma's high a little bit. Maybe some of the guys cycling around before coming into the pits, I think. I'll take a guess.
yeah. Just listening into what I can here, sound like he's saying they got 4 laps to the pit, temps are getting high, and they just want to cycle it around and push it as hard as they can before they bring it in, so. Getting some insider information via Kenny Real's Twitch, so.
Information on the race.
Any lack of information, absolutely.
Lap 20 out here so far, Kevin. We're approaching the halfway point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're about to see this first pit cycle for the majority of the field in a couple laps here, and I think that'll really change the dynamic of this race. Show, you know, who's got it in them tonight.
The pit cycle is always the side tire. You get a bad entrance and that can completely screw up your tire positioning on the track when they all come out. So, we'll see how they all fare out here.
Freddie goes high to give the lead to Cody Nagels, but then it's let back in by Chase Mistretta, who seems to be, you know, the kind of guy that's letting all the guys that fell off of first back in the line. Well, look, I'm imagining we're gonna see some pits this time by. If not this time, definitely next time, but I see some hands in the air out the window. I think they're coming in.
Yep, sure looks that way, and we see the whole group coming in.
Uh-oh, some blinking.
From some of the guys. Oh, hard at the walls, John Ward. I think.
John Ward ain't in this race, so
sorry, that's
that'd be
number
concerning.
3. That's can't know tell who that is. Nash Brambilla, sorry.
Brambilla.
I saw the blue.
Same colors. You had the colors down.
I saw the blue, yeah.
Which is impressive, being as you can't see colors.
I did do pretty good. Hell yeah.
Definitely not the cleanest, but I mean, enough people got in and got out clean that I don't think it'll make too much of a difference here.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin, it looked like Bentley Cole tried to go in. But looking at his front left, it looks fucked beyond belief.
You want to go back and see what happened to him?
Yeah. So let's see if we can figure out where that happened. Just really go straight back to Jan because he's going to come in this time by. But I do want to see what.
Yeah, just throwing out there. Your leader now is Daniel Falkingham.
Well, maybe he did just elect to stay out. I don't know. Either way, he's in the pits
I
now.
mean, yeah, I think on that replay it looked fucked already, so who knows?
Now Falkingham, Harper, Gray, and Wynn all cycle up to the lead. They've all been working together, and now they're in a decent spot leading this thing. The battle box here. They last pit on lap 4, so they're going to need to come in here in the next handful of laps. I imagine they were
Probably about 3.
I imagine they were probably hoping something happened, you know, going into that pit or
Yeah.
something, hoping for some kind of caution, but didn't seem to quite get it, maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they probably, critically thinking, expected this thing to stay green if they went on that strategy early and shortened it down to a 12-car field. I wouldn't assume that they expected a caution to fly just for those 12 cars, so I wouldn't count out their strategy, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess we'll see out here. You see that second group back there cycling. It's currently being led by, I believe, Freddie Bassett in this right now. Joshua McCullough behind them. The front group, you can see them spaced out a bit there by about 7 seconds.
Falkingham and Gray now fighting side by side for the lead. A couple of those lines going double file for a second, but they're going to file back into that single file as they go across the back stretch. I'd imagine the pit's going to be either this lap or next lap. They're really running out of fuel fast, Luke.
They're going to have to come in here pretty soon, I do imagine. Looking like it's going to happen this time.
Oh, no. Okay. For a second, though, I thought Kyler was getting...
Woo! Oh, man!
Oh.
They all get loose. Just a bit there, and holy...
But, hey,
they
they all
together.
recover it. Yeah. They're going to lose some time doing that, but, I mean, it's a lot better than it could have been.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
After all cycles through, Cody Nagel's back in the lead out here.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, everything went dark for me.
Everything went dark for me.
I'm good now.
Everything went dark for me. Like, streaming everything. Back, though. My knowledge.
Oh, I'm looking. Yep.
Yep, we're good. Okay.
It was pretty damn rough there for a second, but it's good now.
Straightening itself out. Sweet. Yeah, not really too sure what the fuck that was, I'll be completely honest with you. Regardless, it's Joshua McCullough now leading this thing in the Wonder Bread car.
Yeah, Josh McCullough had a good night last night, getting a P2 out with the R&R guys in that long race. 55 laps, though. It's about 20 laps shorter than what we saw last night. See if he can repeat history and get himself a podium spot.
sure are moving right now, Kevin. I think you're right.
Yeah, Malik Ray up front, getting pushed around by Cody Nagels. And not gonna lie, Luke, it seems like those guys towards the back picked up about 3 seconds since we last talked about them. So maybe their strategy isn't looking too bad. We see Corbett and McCullough both off the draft.
And right now we see Ash Brambilla and Bentley Cole currently the only two cars locked down. Cole is on the lucky dog position. Caution does come out. Brambilla has lost that draft. So looks like he's going to be in a position if something does happen. But 30 laps into this thing, you got to wonder if it's going to happen on here. They've got this very, very reason to pretty dangerous situations happen.
Malik Ray cycles back to P4 in front of Freddie Bassanez. Cody's your leader again. $25 to go this time, or 24 to go this time by, and we've been green through all of it. Cody Nagel's your leader, Josh McCullough, Malik Ray, Freddie Bassanez, and Chase Mastretta reads your top 5.
Well, after that can start to dwindle down out here, Kevin, and look at this last one. It's going to shake this thing up and get these guys really up on their high horse, I imagine.
Yeah, and you know what we've seen so far, Luke. I feel like it's so impressive. This single file racing that we've been seeing. I mean, just precise, pushing as hard as you can, then cycling to the back, and pushing as hard as you can, and cycling. I mean, they're getting every bit of time out of these laps they can.
Josh McCullough leading this thing right now, being pushed by Malik Ray. The back end of the back. Sean Corbett and Kenny McCullough linked right now. Riding into turn 1. The next up on that main path.
Big fan of Josh McCullough's scheme out there, Luke.
Oh yeah, Kevin. Oh, yeah. What about you, Kevin? You a big fan?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice scheme. No complaints.
I'm not sure where it's from though.
Chris, to my knowledge, obviously, I don't know because I can't hear the RC right now, but it doesn't look like Harper's gotten anything. He definitely hasn't served any sort of penalty so far, so I'm not quite sure. As for the funky shit that the stream's doing, I hope you're talking about just Luke's blackout for about 2 seconds, but if it's still doing anything weird, let us know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my end, so if you guys are seeing anything, let us know.
Window's open though, Luke, for that final pit stop. They could take it now, they could get to the end, but they couldn't get through the green-white checkers.
Yes, sir, and this is where it counts. How many more laps can they stay out to reserve it, just in case, when these guys do kick it up into that second, level of racing out here once that final pit cycle comes through. It'll start to come out, you never know. So, in my opinion, it's a good idea to go out here and see how many more laps we can get out here, even here for those extra green-white checkers, if necessary.
The guys on the second strategy picked up another second, but I mean, 31 to go out here. Definitely interesting.
No doubt. Let's see how that ends up working out for them. They're definitely on a different strategy than the rest of these guys. I'm gonna let them stay out here and
Yeah, and look, they could run this to about about 10 to go. I mean, they could. I wouldn't be surprised if they come really soon and just try to, get it done early, run to the end of the race. But if they really wanted to, run their fuel as far as they can. Here they come. Gonna go now.
Ooh, a lot of tire smoke coming up there, but everyone makes it in safely.
Yeah, well done by them. A lot of smoke, but maybe a little precision lockup.
Yeah, maybe. They all make their way through and into their pit stalls. Got the map out here. Sean Corbett, the number 45, making his way in as well.
Axel Smith overshoots his a little bit.
Coming in as well. Guys cycling up through now. It's going to be Wyatt Gray. Nathan Harper again, and once again, all cycling up through into the lead.
Luke, Chris saying stream can barely hear you. Wait, let me take a listen.
I just have the worst posture in the fucking world. I'll be completely honest. I'm being a little lazy shit on my chair, I'll be honest. Should be better now.
Walkingham leads this thing. But they still have to pit. Once it cycles through, it's going to be Bassinez leading this thing, being pushed by Malik.
Looking at that group, they're not too far off of them, and now the real question is can those guys in front hang on, or can these guys behind them catch them?
Bassinez gets hung a little bit. He's gonna cycle back to P10, which is about 6 back on their line.
little split up up there, but we'll file it back down together.
Yeah, trying to stretch their fuel as long as they can. Get it as close as they can, maybe. Doing a little bit of saving. You want to check last lap timings out here? See how they're looking in comparison. I think they're still gaining time. Yeah, Malik Ray was the lead of the front pack with a 48.03, or the second pack with a 48.03. Nathan Harper with 47.87, so about 2/10 faster. Is the top, is the front four guys still. Yeah, and you can kind of tell, Luke, their strategy as far as cycling back through kind of consists of whoever is in the back kind of going up to that top line and giving a little bit of speed to them, and then cycling back into the bottom. So, you know, just trying different things out here.
And so far, it seems to be doing pretty well for them out here. They're still staying up ahead of those guys behind them by a considerable amount, that's for sure.
They're pushing hard up there, still opening up the lead a little bit. Still have to pit, though. I think.
Maybe.
Malik Ray, though.
Last pit on lap 25.
Yeah, there's not a chance they make it 30 laps. We're reading about 22.
Maybe hoping for a caution here. That group behind them, I imagine they're kind of racing a little bit here. They're too wide out here.
Yeah, I think they, you know, with 12 to go, kind of have positioning in the back of their head now. It's less of them trying to beat the four guys that were on a different strategy, and now more of them trying to beat each other. Two by two for the majority through until Josh McCullough there at the tail end. I think this group is moving. Hey Jay, how we doing, brother? Good to see you. Tend to go out here. Daniel Falkingham leading this thing. Guys probably starting to think about coming in for a pit. They're towards the lead. I don't think there's any scenario in which they can stretch this thing out another 10 laps unless they have some hidden pocket of fuel I don't know about.
You never know, Kevin. These guys might do whatever it takes to win out here.
Here they come. With 10 to go, they're gonna bring it on in. Just 4 of them should be pretty easy, and it is.
Here comes the charge of the rest of the fellas. They are flying.
Yeah, and I'd imagine this is just gonna be a splash and go. Just, I mean, grasping at straws for the second group. They're gonna get dusted regardless. Freddie Bassin is now leading this thing. Him, Malik, Cody, Kenny Real, Chase Mastretta, Josh McCullough. 6 guys up there on that front pack. As far as the actual front pack goes, a couple lappers up there, I think.
Just 8 laps to go out here. Cody Bassinez maybe looking for a little bit more success from what we saw the other night.
Yeah, Malik Ray's also put himself in a good spot, and Cody Nagels hanging on to that better than 5.5 position line that we set for him on our pole at the beginning of the race. He's in a good spot.
You never know
Currently
coming
sitting
out
fourth.
here when these laps start dwindling down out here to these last couple of minutes. Anything can happen.
Absolutely. It'd be tough, though, for him not to hit it, I can't lie. I mean, there's only one position in that front group that isn't a top 5. After all said and done, that second group's going to fall about 28 seconds back. Definitely not how their strategy wanted to play out so far. Race not over. But speaking of so far, I'm sure they're not ecstatic with how it's playing out. You always want to be in that, main pack running up at the top 10, top 5, top 10 with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, of course. We'll see how it ends up running, but then again, could see some carnage up there in the last couple of laps. Nice spot to start off the leaders.
Yeah, I'd usually agree, but I feel like with 28 seconds, these guys could wreck, put it back in drive, and still get to the finish line before that second pack catches. Six to go out here. Malik Ray on the outside, Freddie Bassinez on the inside. 2 wide racing out here.
Coming up on Kyler Wynn here soon. Not too sure what happened with him on that cycle. Seems to be a bit off pace from the other 3 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that just didn't seem to go right with their strategy, apparently.
Yeah, I suppose, but
Be catching him just in time for the end of the race. He'll probably try to latch onto some drafts here.
laps to go out here, Kevin, and this thing's going to start getting interesting out here. There's a lot of guys out there with the main draft right now, probably looking to make their move soon.
Yeah, Malik Ray in the 48 car, Cody Nagels in the 6 car. Bassinez also up there, Estrada. I mean, we see a big group right here, but only 6 of them are actually in that lead pack.
Laps to go this time by. Malik Ray and Freddie Bassinez. Still your 2 pushing right now, but Cody Nagels on his outside. How about Malik jumping up there to the high line? Freddie goes for the charge on the inside. Now it's Joshua McCullough giving Freddie Bassinez the pushes on the inside. And Cody Nagels giving Malik Ray the pushes on the outside. Still too wide out here. White flag this next time by. Just 2 laps to go out here. Malik Ray making the cycle back down to the inside line.
Cody Nagels now your race leader on that second line. He's getting a good run across the backstretch. Here comes Malik Ray, pushed by Freddie Bassinez on the inside. Malik's gonna try the top now. Oh, he changes his mind.
Just trying to get a feel for which line's gonna be the most, has the most momentum here. As the white flag is out. And here we go. Malik Ray blinking a little bit there up in the front. Not what you want to see on the inside line. Oh, man, that's a scary spot to be right now. Last lap of the race. Freddie Bassinez has got to pretty much drive through Malik Ray's bumper right now anyways.
Yeah, they've got a good push going up there on that inside line. Estrada and Nagels trying to figure it out going into turn 3, but right now the advantage is definitely to Malik Ray, even Freddie Bassinez. As Malik goes up for a second, kills the run, comes back down in front of Bassinez, and it's going to be a shootout at the line. Uh-oh, Freddie is blinking.
Oh,
here we go.
He's up on his head.
Freddie's overhead.
He's on the top of Joshua McCullough's car. Oh, he hits the
Cody
wall.
Nagels wins it, beating Malik Ray in a disaster on the last stretch of the entire race on that inside line.
Now, we're going to have to go back and watch that one, obviously, Kevin, but from what I just saw from a quick, first look there, it almost looked like someone got up behind whoever that was and lifted him up onto the hood of their own car.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back and look. I mean, we saw some blinking there at the last second.
Yeah, what a wild finish out there, but what a win for Cody Nagels.
Definitely an odd finish.
Yeah, no doubt, but they ran a clean race pretty much the whole race. Right up there to the end, which, I mean, his last lap is to be expected. His way up for the victory shitties.
Well, look, let's go over to MMS's Discord and wait for some interviews. I always forget to do that.
Look at all the victory shitties.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 out here and get your race winner Cody Nagels in here first to talk about that one.
Still burning rubber out there.
Well, he's waiting, so I'm sure he can multitask.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Cody, you guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, first off, you got your voice back?
Yes, I do.
Alright, absolutely, sounds good, perfect. How about that race? I mean, yeah, it was a very clean race all the way through. I mean, we went green all the way. And, I mean, might have to thank Freddie there at the end. Kind of gave that outside line what it needed to get to the checkered flag and get the win out here. You want to talk us through it?
Yeah, Chase was really hot. He was pushing 300, and he didn't even realize it was the last lap. And I was like, well, if he goes up, I have to be ready to split 3. And Chase was like, I don't have temps. And I'm like, bro, we're going in the tri-oval of the last lap. Like, you gotta push. He pushed me to the finish and didn't even know it was the last lap. So I probably got kind of lucky, but I'll take it. Wire to wire, wire to wire race. You just can't really ask for much more than that.
Absolutely. And, we saw some different strategies out here tonight. And obviously the one that you and the majority of the guys ran was the one that worked. How reassuring was it to see some of those big name guys on a, I'll say a botched strategy, that kind of put them out of contention there on the last few laps?
Well, they were going for a $25 payout for pitting on lap 4. There was like an extra bonus added to the pot. But it's under 20 drivers, so to me, it's not really worth it. If it was a larger field, then I'd say going in and pitting and banking on the caution is the safe bet. But in a small field, if I see 4 guys peel off and there's only 13 remaining, I'm betting that even if there is a caution, it's going to be so late that it's not going to matter. So.
Yeah, and me and Luke just spent the last hour and a half trying to make any sense of that first pit there, so good to know that was a little challenge for some extra money out here.
Yeah.
But congratulations on getting it done out here, Cody. A crazy ending to a well executed race by you and all the guys up there towards the front, getting it done. Thanks for the interview as always, and anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, of course, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting, Kenny for putting on the race. Even though he wasn't on my hood tonight, can't do it without Wagner's Welding, Dougie for everything he does for me, for the R&R and behind the scenes community. Dougie, I will have a paint for the new Gen 4s when they come out. That's really all I've been waiting on. Give a shout out to Icon Apparel, Nightmare Esports, Night Shack, Jack Shack, the whole crew behind the scenes. They're a lot of fun to run with.
Absolutely. We always appreciate you coming in and giving us a little bit of insight about the race. Cody, congratulations out there.
Thank you.
That was Cody Naggles getting a win here in the Gen 4s, Luke, on what was a fantastic finish to a race. Trying to see who else we got here for some interviews. I'm going to go ahead and get Chase over here. Hey, Chase, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Good, how you doing, man? How about that race? We just got some more information from Cody too, and I gotta ask. I mean, how close were you to blowing up there?
I was 301 in the tri-oval. I did not. I was so focused on the temp, I didn't even realize it was the white flag. Cody was like, "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go," and I was like, "I'm about to blow up." He said, "I don't give a shit. Push."
Yeah, I can't say I've ever gotten into the 300s myself. I'm never in good enough of a position to, but definitely
I was flirting around 300 for that last. Ever since we went too wide right there, and Malik and them tried to control the front two lines, I was damn near 300 the whole race, 295 plus. You just couldn't cool it. I don't know what the track temp was. As it was 27 Celsius, whatever the hell that is. I think it was pretty warm, but yeah, you just couldn't get that car to cool down. You never really can. It's all about controlling the temps.
Yeah, and absolutely able to get you into a podium spot there. The inside line was looking pretty strong though in those last couple laps, and then I don't know if it was Freddie blinking or was that kind of an us issue that he was blinking on?
Malik blinked. I never saw Freddie. I'm only on a single, so I couldn't see directly next to me. I could see Malik blinking that one time, and then I looked and I saw Freddie blinking y'all's broadcast. I was like, I never saw that from my point of view, but I couldn't even see his car.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, definitely helped your lineup there, and you're able to get it done and get into a podium position out here. So, congratulations on that. Thanks
Yes,
for the
sir.
interview. Anyone
No
like to
problem.
shout out before we get you out of here?
Nightmare Boys, the Jack Shack Boys, the Night Shack, as we like to call it. Good work, Kenny Real. It was me, Cody, and Kenny tonight. So we went out there and got it done. We got 3 of the 5 money spots.
Absolutely, and great day for you guys, and a great day for a night of race. And congratulations, Chase. And
Yes, sir.
thanks for the interview.
Thank y'all for the broadcast.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Have a good one, boys.
Brother. That was Chase Mastretta getting it done out here. Last one I'm going to get in a little bit out of order. It's going to be your P2 finisher, Malik Ray. Didn't know if I was going to see him tonight, but he is in here, and probably feels like he could have had that one, Luke.
Yeah, and let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey, Malik, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how you doing, man? I mean, I feel like, that was kind of your race to lose there, and then first I gotta ask, was Freddie actually blinking, or was that an issue on our end?
Oh no, he was blinking.
Okay.
I blinked the lap before, and then he blinked on the white flag. So
yeah, and you gotta wonder, had that not happened, would the push have been there? But still a great finish for you, putting yourself in the position you needed to put yourself in, and playing the right strategy and getting it done. You want to talk us through how that race felt?
it was actually pretty calm. All of us stayed in line and we worked together, and like it paid off for all of us. Even there at the end, I think everybody was pretty calm. I think they were just trying to make sure that that they all finished cleanly. So I can't complain.
Yeah, and there at the very end, you were on the front row, but I gotta ask, we heard some complaints about not being able to cool these cars down out here. Was that ever a factor for you throughout the race?
Oh yeah, it was really hot. It was really hard to be able to cool the cars down. That's why I was staying up front. I was trying to get my teammate Freddie some air, but at the end, he just had some, issues with his internet, and I think that's what cost us. But it's all good though. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It was a great race and still getting a paying position out here in the MMS race, so congratulations on that. We always appreciate you coming up and talking to us. And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
I appreciate Kenny for allowing me back into the races and you guys for broadcasting. Thank you.
Hey,
And
we
Freddie for
appreciate it,
his
Malik.
help.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, brother.
You too.
That was Malik Ray getting a second place finish out here, Luke. And you know what? It does happen. Some internet issues. I know if anybody can be forgiving of internet issues, it's got to be us.
Yeah, we've definitely had our fair share of internet issues, that's for sure. But either way, it was an exciting race out here with the MMS series, as always, Kevin.
Yeah, and if I would like to point out, Freddie Basson has had some internet issues in last night's race when he was sponsored. A certain sponsor would be cracking some skulls because that just doesn't hold up to the standard.
Of course, of course. Well,
But a great race though. I mean, good win for Cody out here. We were talking about him all day, and he was able to put on a clinic and get it done out here. Trying to look. I don't have a read on where we're going next week with MMS yet, but as far as races we have coming up, tomorrow night at 9:15, we're going to Charlotte for the Memorial Day race with CMS. And then I think we're open to bookings until Thursday when we're going to, I think, Miami, maybe New Hampshire, Miami. One of those a track like that with burnt rubber. I don't know.
we'll figure it out
I'll
when
get
we
on the
get there.
schedule. Yep, I'll get on the schedule in the next couple days and gonna close this out, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Big thanks to everyone for putting it on. Big thanks to the drivers for making it exciting, and thanks to the viewers for coming out as always. And we'll see you all in the next one. Ninth gear out. See y'all later,